By the end of this lecture, learners will be able to analyze the connection between student anxiety and academic performance, examine the effects of stress on students' concentration and participation, evaluate intervention methods designed to enhance student well-being and their influence on learning success, investigate teaching approaches that foster a positive classroom environment and reduce student anxiety. Hello everyone, and welcome. This lecture probes the intricate relationship between student anxiety and academic achievement, examining how varying levels of anxiety directly affect engagement and performance in the classroom. It aims to evaluate intervention methods designed to enhance student well-being and their influence on learning success. Additionally, the lecture emphasizes the importance of personalized teaching approaches that create inclusive, dynamic learning environments, fostering collaboration, self-efficacy, and a strong sense of belonging among all students. So, let's begin with this question. In what ways does anxiety influence students' willingness to participate in class discussion? The relationship between anxiety and engagement is a nuanced interplay of psychological activation and behavioral response, often characterized by a dualistic dynamic. Anxiety, typically framed as a state of heightened physiological arousal and cognitive vigilance, can either amplify or inhibit engagement depending on its intensity and context. When students experience high levels of anxiety, their attention and cognitive resources are diverted from learning tasks to managing their worries and fears. This can lead to reduced participation in class discussions, difficulty completing assignments, and a general withdrawal from academic activities. In essence, anxiety acts as a barrier, preventing students from fully connecting with the material, their peers, and the learning process itself. Conversely, when anxiety is effectively managed, students feel more confident, secure, and motivated, leading to greater engagement and a more positive educational experience. How anxiety impacts classroom engagement. Anxiety weaves a complex pattern through classroom dynamics, often functioning as both a barrier and a stimulus to student engagement. When experienced at manageable levels, anxiety heightens alertness and motivates preparation, potentially deepening academic involvement. The teacher's challenge lies in recognizing these subtle manifestations of anxiety and creating psychologically safe spaces that maintain intellectual rigor while dismantling the effective barriers that inhibit full cognitive presence and participation. Anxiety significantly affects classroom engagement, manifesting in several key ways. 1. Reduced participation and avoidance of group work. Students experiencing anxiety often feel self-conscious or fear negative evaluation by their peers and teachers. This fear can cause them to withdraw from class discussions, hesitate to ask questions, or avoid group activities altogether. As a result, they miss important opportunities to develop communication skills, collaborate with others, and deepen their understanding through shared learning experiences. Over time, this avoidance can lead to feelings of isolation and decreased motivation to engage in classroom activities. 2. Decline in focus and ability to process information. Anxiety can cause a student's mind to become overwhelmed with worries, making it difficult to concentrate on lessons or absorb new information. This mental distraction reduces working memory capacity, which is essential for understanding complex concepts and completing assignments. Consequently, anxious students may struggle to follow instructions, retain key details, or keep up with the pace of the class, leading to frustration and a sense of falling behind. 3. Fear of making mistakes. Many anxious students develop a strong fear of failure, which can make them overly cautious and unwilling to try new approaches or answer questions unless they are certain of the correct response. This fear limits their willingness to experiment, explore creative ideas, or seek help when needed. Without taking these intellectual risks, students miss valuable learning opportunities that support critical thinking and problem-solving skills, ultimately affecting their academic growth and confidence. Strategies for supporting anxious students. Supporting anxious students requires thoughtful strategies that create a safe and encouraging learning environment. Teachers can help by fostering open communication, allowing students to express their feelings without judgment. Providing clear instructions and breaking tasks into smaller, manageable steps can reduce feelings of overwhelm. Teachers can use different strategies to support anxious students in feeling more comfortable, focused, and engaged in the classroom. 1. Creating an inclusive and supportive environment. Creating an inclusive and supportive classroom environment is essential for helping all students, especially those experiencing anxiety, feel valued and understood. By focusing on these strategies, schools can create adequate environments where all learners feel safe, supported, and ready to engage fully in their learning. Key approaches include: A. Building a classroom culture of empathy and understanding. Encouraging students and teachers to recognize and respect each other's feelings fosters a sense of belonging. When empathy is prioritized, students are more likely to support one another, reducing feelings of isolation and anxiety. Activities such as group discussions, cooperative learning, and sharing personal experiences can strengthen connections among students, creating a community where everyone feels accepted. Over time, this empathetic culture helps anxious students feel more secure in their environment. B. Promoting open communication and reducing stigma around anxiety. Creating safe spaces where students can openly discuss their worries without fear of judgment helps normalize anxiety as a common experience. Teachers can model this openness by addressing mental health topics and encouraging questions, which reduces stigma and encourages students to seek help when needed. Reducing stigma involves challenging misconceptions and negative attitudes toward anxiety, helping students understand that it is a common and manageable condition. 2. Practical teaching techniques. Practical teaching techniques play a vital role in creating an engaging and supportive classroom where all students can thrive. These methods focus on making learning accessible, reducing stress, and encouraging active participation. Practical teaching techniques can greatly support anxious students by creating a more predictable and manageable learning environment. These include: A. Incorporating mindfulness and stress reduction exercises. Integrating brief mindfulness activities, such as deep breathing or guided meditation, into the daily routine can help students manage their anxiety and improve focus. These exercises provide tools to calm the mind and reduce the physical symptoms of stress. B. Providing clear instructions and predictable routines to reduce uncertainty. When teachers provide clear, step-by-step instructions and maintain consistent classroom routines, anxious students feel more secure and prepared. Knowing what to expect reduces anxiety related to the unknown and helps students feel more in control. C. Offering alternative participation methods. Allowing students to participate in ways that feel less intimidating can encourage engagement. Options such as submitting written responses, participating in small group discussions, or using online platforms can help anxious students contribute without feeling overwhelmed by public speaking or large group settings. 3. Encouraging positive relationships. Encouraging positive relationships is essential for creating a supportive and engaging classroom environment. A. Teacher-student rapport, fostering trust and approachability. Building a strong, positive relationship between teachers and students involves creating an atmosphere of trust, respect, and open communication. When teachers are approachable and show genuine interest in their students' well-being, students feel more comfortable seeking help, sharing their thoughts, and participating in class. B. Promoting peer collaboration and teamwork to build social confidence. Encouraging students to work together on projects, discussions, and activities can enhance their social skills, build confidence, and foster a sense of belonging. Collaborative tasks provide opportunities for students to support each other, share ideas, and develop friendships, which can reduce anxiety and improve engagement. 4. Differentiated instruction. Differentiated instruction is an effective approach to support students with varying levels of anxiety by adapting learning experiences to meet their individual needs. Teachers can create a more inclusive classroom that respects each student's emotional needs and promotes academic success. A. Adapting lessons to accommodate different anxiety levels. Teachers can modify the complexity, pace, or format of lessons to help anxious students feel more comfortable and confident. For example, breaking tasks into smaller steps or offering quieter workspaces can reduce stress and make learning more manageable. B. Providing flexible deadlines or alternative assignments when needed. Allowing students extra time or offering different ways to demonstrate understanding, such as presentations, written reports, or creative projects, can help reduce pressure and accommodate their unique challenges. This flexibility encourages students to engage with the material without feeling overwhelmed. Conclusion. The relationship between anxiety and classroom engagement is both significant and complex. Researchers consistently show that higher levels of anxiety are linked to lower levels of engagement among students. Anxiety can manifest as fear of negative evaluation, test anxiety, or general worry, all of which can lead to reduced participation, withdrawal from group activities, and reluctance to take academic risks. Cognitive theories, such as attentional control theory, explain that anxiety diverts students' focus from learning tasks to worrisome thoughts, impairing their ability to concentrate, process new information, and update working memory efficiently. This cognitive overload diminishes engagement and impacts academic achievement over time. Importantly, studies highlight that targeted interventions, such as mindfulness practices, supportive classroom environments, and anxiety-reducing strategies, can help reduce anxiety and, in turn, enhance student engagement and learning outcomes. Addressing anxiety is, therefore, essential for fostering an active, inclusive, and productive classroom environment where all students can participate and succeed.